Interesting planet.
Yeah.
A lot of water. Nice big U shape there.
Yeah, quite a bit of water and some good land as well. A lot of land. But hard to avoid the water, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of nice. There's quite a lot of mechs in the middle of that little peninsula island.
Yeah. Though, I guess technically it's a peninsula because it's barely connected there.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's taking a little while to choose. There we go.
All right. This is round 5 of the Pace Commander of March tournament with Godde versus Burnt Custard.
GG.
Perhaps we should rehost.
No kidding. I was probably going to ask for a rehost because burntcustard looked like he was in a weak position anyway.
I don't think we should do that, but that's my opinion.
He didn't have too much near to him. Are we meant to be doing rehosts?
I don't know.
I assume rehosts. Alright, game's up again.
And I remembered to click spectate this time, so that was great. I click ready, even though it doesn't matter for a spectator. Oh, it doesn't
Does it not matter?
Yeah, I actually can't click ready.
Ah, that's kind of good. I wonder if you can use that excuse towards the end of a game.
Yeah, that would be interesting, but I think towards the end of the game we would call it what it was. Defeat.
I like the look of this planet. I'm tempted to use this. The only thing is the mechs distribution looks a bit funky to me.
Funky?
Yeah, there's a couple of areas of dense mechs and quite a few areas of quite sparse mechs.
I love it when there's good resources for people to fight over.
Hmm.
And here we are at the start of round 5 of the Pace Commander of March tournament. Godde versus Burnt Custard. Burnt Custard in the orange and Godde in the blue. I am Metabolical.
And I'm Zaporex.
And we will be covering this match.
What do you think about scores? Are these fair?
It does look like Burnt Custard may have a little bit less to work with here, but
he does have good expansion.
He has good expansion, whereas Godde is going to have to like do kind of a, some expansion on water and some expansion by air or something, or he's going to be having trouble. So he has more factories to build in order to make use of his slight mechs density advantage.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether we should rehost because we've got time limits on the round. So
yeah, I don't think we should. The Burnt Custard gets a scout out and immediately sends it towards Godde's base. Yeah, and that is likely to result in him knowing what's up very quickly. Now, Godde will also understand that with the time it took for that scout to arrive, he can infer that Burnt Custard is not far away from placing him into kind of a siege of kinds. So
Yeah.
very interesting.
But I think they're definitely going to siege and not necessarily go too far in that little choke point. We're going to have to see Godde build some air factories, get some air fabbers across the pond and start building to the side. It'd be nice if we could send each other pings, Meta. I could ping stuff I'm talking about.
That would be so cool. If only we knew somebody who knew something about pings.
Can you see this? I can get up a ping icon, but it doesn't work.
No, I did not see it. Add to the list. Okay, so both of them aware of the proximity there. You took the scout right into the middle of there, got a full view of the base. If you click on the name of Burnt Custard, you can see exactly what vision he has and what he saw. And similarly, if you click on Godde, you can see the vision change. And he actually is aware. No, he's not aware. He's not aware of anything about Burnt Custard's base. And then if you click in the top area, you restore vision for everybody. So that is where it's at. And you can see the walls going and towers going down at that choke point we talked about.
Yep, because we're getting up a little bit of early protection, which is going to be up in time for these scampers that are now heading his way.
That's right. By which I assume you mean the docks. I did ask.
Yes, scampers.
I did ask that we rename the Tier 1 tank to Scamper at some point.
Did you ask that?
It's come up.
Oh, that would be so good.
So anyway, we now see that Godde has done a quick grab of metal extractors, and we can see that his income is 79 per second versus the 51 per second of Burnt Custard. So the density of metal advantage is real. But
it should be negated because Burnt Custard is expanding with 2 engineers and should be able to get his mass up pretty quick.
I agree. And he's got a factory being built there on the water, so he'll have a naval presence. If he can, knowing where Godde is, if he can get that naval presence out there, it's going to be pretty horrible for Godde to deal with that. And I may have lost Zaphad. The scout of...
I'm here.
Okay, Godde has just overflown the base and commander of Burnt Custard. And similarly, another scout goes through a bomber, actually, from Burnt Custard on Godde's base.
Manages to take care of 2 engineers there on that run, which is a nice little early win. And you can see on metal, he's now beginning to catch up with 86 to 93, just 1 medal behind.
Yeah, and he's got another guy going out. It looks like he lost one of Burnt Custard lost one of his expanders over to the west of his base, the southwest, but he's got the one towards the direct west or northwest.
Going for T2 now for Burnt Custard with an advanced vehicle factory.
That's right.
Earlier than Godde.
A little bit earlier, and he's got well, he had 4 guys on it, but now he's only got 3. Now, if we look behind Godde has actually built a metal extractor out in the middle of the water, but then crossed across to the other continent, and he's now building a factory there with his air fabbers. So that is a pretty slick move, giving him ability to kind of expand and avoid some of this kind of potential bottling up.
Yep, he's going to do some rapid expansion there. I'm a little surprised he didn't move further north where there's a few more mechs, but he will definitely expand pretty quick. Moving out with those fabbers to get closer now to the back of Custard's base.
And as it turns out, they both have exactly 100 metal per second right now, so that is very interesting. And a little bit of a swarm of air around the west of Burnt Custard's base, but it's only got 1 scout that can shoot at the ground, and he will eventually pick off that fabber, but
looks like he's actually going to pick off that fabber. He hasn't managed to get up an anti-air in time, so he's going to go down.
Yep, there it goes.
A little bit of scout harass. But Custard here is already 80% of the way through nearly on that vehicle factory, so he's going to have T2 out very soon, whereas Godde going very slowly on the T2 front.
Yeah.
Air fabbers he can start expanding with, and he's moved into the naval now as well.
And to the southwest of Burnt Custard's base, there's actually a proxy going down by Godde to to kind of take over the space, and you can see he's essentially busted out of his, you know, hypothetical containment here, or maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think that was a really good move on his part. Just shows some of the smart play, and it's kind of amazing how even the metal economy is here. But burnt custard is now, you know, just about half the energy economy of Godde. So that's kind of an interesting difference there.
Yeah, that will actually hold Custard back, but he is going forward T2 power now, so he'll probably be able to catch up actually quite quickly indeed. Having a look over at the naval factory for Godde, and he's got 5 engineers assisting there to get out narwhals, and narwhals are actually very strong against ships now. They do have slightly smaller range, but the extra advantage of anti-air coverage is very useful indeed.
Yep, and a little laser by the shore there, by those naval fabbers, and I think Burnt Custard is about to realize that he's actually behind when it comes to the naval war here, and he's flying out to check it out. He sees 2 of them. I don't think he saw that third narwhal, but he's going to find out pretty quickly that he's in trouble here. Now he's got 4 fabricators helping him on his naval as well now, and he did get 2 of those narwhals for 1 orca.
He will be able to hold on for a little while at least. We can see Godde pulling back until he has a couple more units. Actually going for T2 now for Godde, and that will really allow him to pelt the front of Custard's base.
Yeah, and he's got 2, 4, 6 fabricators working on that tier 2 naval. So it's going up pretty quickly. It's already at a quarter. And if you look at the overall economy situation, Godde's now really just expanded virally, and he's got 325 metal to Burnt Custard's 121, twice the energy as well, producing well. And if you look at the army metal, that's all the metal in the game, including buildings and units. Godde's also quite far ahead there, so really looking good for him now.
Yep, so Godde's managed to expand a whole lot, get a whole load of T1 mets and build up his metal to be very strong. Custard now stuck in his little hole here. He has, as Polaris mentioned in the live stream, gone for a Vanguard rush. So we're going to see a whole load of Vanguard coming out, probably before Godde can get out much to stop them. We'll see how they do. Yeah,
he's got 3 of them out now. He might want to, you know, if he knew the situation, he'd realize that he needs to make a move pretty soon here, and do something about it. But right now, okay, so there's a tier 2 vehicle factory being produced by Godde over to the southwest of the base of Burnt Custard. That original proxy has kind of gone a little further, and meanwhile there's a proxy being built there by Burnt Custard. But if you take the vision over to Burnt Custard's side, you can see that he doesn't know anything about what's around him here. He doesn't even see that 1 metal extractor nearby. Oh, I just saw a flicker of energy that Burnt Custard has, and he can see over there now and see all those fabricators building, but I'm not sure if he, you know, it doesn't guarantee that he noticed it and isn't personally aware.
He has noticed. He's just stopped building that factory and started getting up a laser tower. I don't think that's going to do any good against advanced vehicles. They will steamroll through that pretty quickly. We see Vanguards and a Sheller now moving forwards for Custard. Unfortunately, walking those Vanguards into some laser defences. Might be better to hold back with the Sheller just for a little while.
Yeah, and unfortunately for him as well, the Sheller is assaulting. Well, that tower did finish anyway, so maybe it's just as well that he's attacking it. Really, it's just kind of moving the focus around, and now they just stopped, and that's kind of a lot of you know, functionality and investment that's kind of gone down the tubes there. Okay, he gets the.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay on the naval front as he's actually pushing forward very hard, but we can see Godde now has just finished a Leviathan, which is going to make pretty short work of these T1 naval units.
Oh yeah. Watching that monstrosity come out, and when he sees the arc of all those weapons coming in, if he notices those, you know, he's got a lot to pay attention to now with so many fronts, but if he notices those, he's going to realize that he's in trouble.
Godde getting up a whole load of laser turrets in his base at the moment.
Yeah. Burnt Custard just
Tier 2
started his
air
own
going
Tier
up for
2
Custard.
Navy.
Nice. He's also going for T2 air as well.
Yep, and down at the South Pole, there's another Tier 2 base going up for Godde. I think he knows he's got just tremendous map control. He's really just about covered the globe here with his own control, and has left Burnt Custard only this initial space.
Yep, Custard is really in a corner. Godde is very good at expanding.
Yeah, he really is. And Commander just sitting out there chilling. And what's going on down here? He's going to take a Vanguard to kill that one fabricator down there. That proxy base.
Reclaim strats.
Yeah. Okay, Burnt Custard's moving out with an Air Force to check out what's going on everywhere, and I think he's just now starting to realize that he is he's moving that around, but he's starting to realize, like, holy crap, Godde is everywhere.
Yeah. And Burnt Custard still sitting on 142 metal here. He really hasn't expanded it. Got up to 100 and then pretty much stalled his entire eco and didn't get anywhere.
The Leviathan's kind of reaching the territory of Burnt Custard now and launching a bunch of unpleasantness over at his navy, and the
units coming in at the commander as well, levelers and vanguards. Vanguard's getting pretty close to the commander.
Yeah, if that Vanguard gets into space there, it could really cause just a tremendous amount of damage quickly on that commander. He does
move away just in time.
Does micro away. He has his own Tier 2 tanks coming in, so it looks like he's going to take care of that. But that was a pretty close call.
Leviathan's moving forwards on his main base, and a Stingray coming to support. More Leviathans on the way as well.
Yeah, and a that's not right. Oh, a Stingray is here, also throwing the missiles in, and more units coming in.
A couple of Scampers actually coming in at Godde's little proxy base towards the south. Going to come and disrupt those engineers a little bit.
Yeah, it could do a little bit of damage to the economy, but the economy is so tremendous. I just don't know what he's got going on here. I think this is all just but for the winning for Godde. I don't see any like trickery or snipes being viable at this point. Leviathan is actually under attack and destroyed by the Tier 2 tanks of Burnt Custard.
Those air units took a beating. Got a little bit too close to the Stingray and took quite a beating there from the naval.
Yeah, the Stingrays are really good at the anti-air. And Kestrel's being pumped out at the advanced air factory of Burnt Custard. When in doubt, I guess go Tier 2 air. Though I feel like with the cost of Tier 2 air now, it really is kind of made it a little harder to just rush for it and take over the world.
A little, but I think in this situation, you need something to try and take off the Leviathans, and you can see he's actually going for Pelicans now, so I think a Vanguard drop is his last chance saloon for trying to drop something in on the commander and get a snipe.
Well, he doesn't have... he does actually have a bunch of the Pelicans coming out, so that may be an opportunity for him, and he picks off a bunch of air. Godde did get a view of what's going on the base. The Godde's commander is surrounded by 4 Tier 1 anti-air, and the Tier 1 anti-air got a significant buff recently, and so they are actually he's got 4 directly next to him, but almost any approach is covered. He's like, you can see like this giant perimeter around his commander of anti-air. So he's a
whole load of Peregrines just outside of Custard's base now, so there's a lot more air on the go for Godde, and Custard is making his moves. He's preparing all his units next to the commander here, ready for the Pelican push. But he's going to need to be pretty lucky to somehow get past all that anti-air and in towards the commander.
Yeah,
And
well,
some
he
other laser
needs.
turrets there as well.
He definitely needs to bring in a bunch of the Peregrines to kind of soak up some of that anti-air damage. But I don't think he knows. Actually, we can just go over and give him look at his vision. He's loaded him up now. Yeah, he doesn't see quite how extensive it is. Oh, he's brought his commander as well. That's what we call bold. I think
It's
he's
his last chance saloon. Makes
Yeah.
the most sense. Oh, he's going to go straight over. Oh, he manages to drop them in time, actually. So he can move through with the commander and the vanguards here. And commander immediately moving away from Godde. He realizes that trouble is coming. And laser turrets now swiveling around to deal with those vanguards.
Yep. And no escape for burnt custard now. This is his last-ditch effort. And they didn't bring any anti-air, so the Kestrels are going to be able to clean this up one way or another. The commander is just not going to be able to do enough to take them out, and they are focused on that commander now.
I still think that was a nice attempt. You've got to do something.
Yeah, I agree. Once he realized,
effective attempts he could have done.
absolutely. Once he realized that he was all trapped, that Godde had the world taken over, I think it was a good attempt. Last few bits of health and kaboom. GG indeed. A great game, round 5 of the Pace Commander of March tournament, and Godde takes the win with really strong play and excellent expansion from the beginning.
Really, I'm not sure exactly where Custard screwed up, but I guess he got to 100 medal and then stopped expanding. Godde just did not stop building up his eco, and then caught up on the T2 because he had that much eco to do it.
That was a good game. Okay, and I think we'll be back shortly with round 6.